Where are we headed?
To temple.
Are you
for potatoes?
okay? Hear me out.
Okay.
Let's go to forest instead.
Ooh, okay.
There's a tree of life spawning. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You have food. The 11 combo meal can wait. This tree of life, you only have like a few moments to get.
A little bit.
Right. Obadu, sorry for bullying you like that, man. Hope you're enjoying the game though. We're about to start a coaching session real fast. All right, so I assume we're playing 11. You can play whatever build you want. I don't really mind.
I was thinking like 11 and maybe like another character. One of the things that so I was in the ERCS.
Right.
And that anti-OTP rule really killed me.
That's understandable. I mean, you're welcome to play whatever you want. If you want me to help you focus on learning a new character, then I can do that. But it's like we can kind of just work this however you need, man.
Okay. Do you want me to just like start queuing up?
Yeah, because you're like already ranked pretty highly and you have an idea of what you're doing. We don't really need to go through all the beginner stuff, you know?
Okay. Sound good.
Most of my advice is going to come from watching a game, and then we'll have some back and forth on like questions about what you're doing and why, and we'll make sure that you have the right mindset.
Okay, sound good.
I'm gonna turn my AC up real fast. Stream paused. I see. That's good though. Whenever you swap away,
I was just turning.
That's good. That means we can't leak information.
There we go.
Is it coaching right now? Yeah, we're doing coaching right now. So Devin, how you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty well. If I'm correct, you are the rank 111 in NA, correct? Or no?
I am as of right now, yes.
Nice. So if you guys are interested in finding some 11 content, this would be the person to do it with. XDevyn. It's just XDevyn, right?
It's just XDevyn, yeah. I am an AMP 11 enthusiast.
Yeah. The build is very similar to the Tank Magnus build that I made a while back. So you guys should see familiarity out of it.
I credited you for it because one of my friends actually gave me that build and they said it was from a Magnus build. So I checked it out myself and it was like on the search thing, you know what I'm saying? It was just a Magnus build because I used to play a lot of Magnus.
Yeah.
So I just kind of swapped it over to 11 and it really fit, and then I kind of put my own twist on it. I still have that build, but I think instead of
you use Dropnir and White Crane Fan.
Dropnir, yeah. I would, you know, if I'm having a little bit of fun, I'll go with Dropnir.
I even like messed around with Dropnir a little bit myself too, because it's like the Q damage is where most of your damage is coming from. But at the time, healing reduction was very important, and I couldn't justify dropping Quiver just yet because I was like, well, I need to get my auto attacks off to get my burgers, you know. But yeah. You make it work, and that's what's important.
I've been testing a lot of things. I've never built this item in my life.
I used to build it all the time because I played HP regen builds, and it was strictly best in slot for that build.
See, the only time I ever built this item was for Mistleton. This is the only time I ever built this item. I didn't even realize it was like a real chest until I saw it one time on like a Yuki. So I was like, one of my friends, who's also an 11 main, helped me with this build right here. And we were just kind of like putting it together, and I don't know, it's really fun. So I've just kind of been enjoying different things.
It's a 4 zone, right? It looks like it would be.
Because
it should be.
Unless I did it wrong.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense because we are trying to show Luxmea in there, and that kind of hurts it.
I could do like, what is it called? Tachyon brace, but then I'm overcapping.
Yeah. And the movement speed and attack speed is nice. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
The thing that a lot of people don't realize is that when you're routing this, it's like, your first 3 zones are basically 2 zones.
Yeah.
You don't spend a lot of time in Pond.
I mean, I also don't, like, Chapel, these are so easy to find. I never have a problem finding these two. And then the only thing I sometimes struggle with is the bandages. But, because I need 3 of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll start in Hospital. These 4 zones are very interchangeable for me. I can go like Hosp, Pond, Temple, or like I can go Pond, Hosp, Avenue. Like I can, you know.
Starting in Hospital, I like have nightmares because when I used to play it, Temple was like 6 Temple start every game, and I was like, if I don't start there, I don't get 2 robes.
Right.
And you're going for 3. What a madman.
Look, I somehow make it work. I mean, if I can't find it,
it's not bad now. There's like maybe 2 people temple max, so it's like you can consistently hit it, I think.
Plus, with the cooldown reduction in this build, I mean, I just kind of RE away from a lot of situations, and then I'm pretty okay.
You don't have to take bad fights. The only reason I ended up swapping off of it, because there was like a good 2-week period where I kept playing like the Weight of the World tank concept, was it feels like some matchups you can't get close to. Like you just cannot close the gap if they play it well. Like Hyejin, for instance. Linux and Hyejin were the 2 worst ones. It felt like I couldn't do anything, you know? And that was before they took delay off the queue. It's better now.
It's a lot better now. What was I gonna say? It's like, so I have a few matchups that it's like a no-go. Like just run, just don't even try. It's Lennox. Crap, now I have to look at the cast again. It's Lennox.
I imagine Eva is pretty fucked.
Razi. Wait, who else?
Eva. Because I feel like if she commits to just keeping away from you, there's nothing you can do.
Good Evas, maybe. I've seen some Evas like purposely dodge my taunt with like Unstoppable with the E.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is a little rough. But yeah, like Lennox and Razi are like the big 2. The big 2. And I'm trying to think of others, but I don't really struggle that much with like a bunch of other. Oh, and Yan. Yan is a little rough. He's got so much sustain, he doesn't really care if you're in his face. Yeah, Yan's a little rough.
A lot of people actually, I think, they discount the idea of sustain a little too much, but it's like he's like Olaf, where the lower HP he has, the more he's healing.
See, I didn't even know he had a heal.
Yeah, so whenever he E's, his next ability heals him for a percentage of its damage up to 100% bonus healing.
I kind of just mash on that character, I can't lie to you. It works though.
It does. No, yeah. He is a very low skill floor, but like his ceiling, I honestly think he might have the highest skill ceiling in the game, just because
I don't know about that one.
You have to like, a lot of people think there's only 1 or 2 ways to combo, but he's got at least 10 different combos, and knowing which one applies where is so fucking hard.
You think he's a lot harder than Shuichi? Or Adela?
Yes.
Adela?
Okay. I feel like Adela is slightly artificial difficulty.
Okay.
Because it's just skill shots, right?
Yeah.
She has a very high skill floor. I admit that she's one of the hardest characters to pick up and play at any point because of that. Same for Adriana. But like once you can land your skill shots, I don't feel like it's too bad. Yeah, this is rough.
I have never seen this many pond goers in my life.
Normals lobbies, let's go.
You know what? Let's go hospital. Let's go hospital first. Maybe I shouldn't have gone this build where I didn't need 3 advantages, but that's okay. I'll make it work.
Have you seen how I route this build, by the way? Because I actually designed it around a specific pathing through Temple and Pond.
I don't think I have.
We can talk about it later, because you play it a lot, so you understand how to make it consistent, but I'm curious if you know what I was doing. Because I was coming out of Temple, and I would never TP in. I would always leave through a certain exit, and I would walk in a straight line, loot all the boxes, and I'd hit almost every time guaranteed. I wouldn't be in Temple more than 20 seconds.
It would depend on my spawn. If I spawn in like the upper right, I'll go like through that exit down to the back of Pond and then do that. Or if I spawn where the bottom is, usually those few boxes in the bottom kind of got my back.
I would always leave one specific way, just because I found that timing was better with it, but there's multiple ways to skin a cat, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm a creature of habit. Once I get something working, I don't change it.
Okay, I'll come back.
No, Dodga? No, this is Weight of the World. Weight of the World? Weight of the World's great. People discount this item, but it's got everything that, like, the hammer characters want. It's CDR, it's got a free crit, it's got amp.
Yo, I promise you amp 11 is good.
Copio.
I promise you, people don't expect it to be good.
Then they get hit by a Q for like 600 damage.
Exactly.
30 FPS, that's why. Okay.
There we go. But no, one of the things I think I mainly struggle with is like mid game. I usually am kind of lost. I just kind of do my own thing and yeah.
It happens. When you get a free moment, aka once we're done with the build, I would like to ask you to try and change streaming quality to 60 FPS if you can.
Oh, is it not? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. You don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
We want to get through this early phase first. It's just stuttering a little bit, but it's not to the point where like I can't watch.
Okay, hold on. Buddy.
Yeah, it's the Discord streaming in top.
My bad. I will change it in just a moment.
Yeah,
Probably
it'll be
when I
fine, guys. It should only be a few minutes of this.
Oh my god, is it like watching like a PS1 game or something?
Yes, it is. You can see the frames going back and forth.
No.
It's fine though. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't have like the best setup. Also, I did message you, right? That I think my internet is kind of like.
Yeah, I understand. And if we can't do 60 FPS, then we'll just mess around with like quality and see if we can get something going. But this is still good enough for me to like at least help you out.
Right. I can't find a monster. Okay, sick.
Yeah, I played Tomb Raider 1 on the PS1. Are you excited for the Tomb Raider reworks? Guess it's just one of those days. Yeah, it happens, Don. Pretty good timing.
Okay, I can change it now because Chapel's pretty.
Yeah.
Chill. Actually, let me see where I'm going. All right. Oh, sick. See, easy peasy. All right, let's see. Wait, how do I change it? Streaming quality. Oh, here.
Yep.
Bink. All right. Let me know if it changed. If not, then I can definitely get you after the game.
Yeah. It got worse. Yeah, it got worse.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
But is it fine though? Wait. I can do this. I promise you.
Ooh. Maybe?
How is it? Is it not good? Not good?
It's gonna be this. Yeah, no matter what we do, it's gonna be this way. It's fine. We'll talk about maybe fixes after.
Okay, gotcha.
It cuts off the top. Yeah, I need to minimize it just a little bit.
I need some leathers. Ugh.
Normally, it's not this perfect.
So usually around this time, I would normally get here sooner, but I'll come down for the beers.
Well, we also, you know, tried to fuck around with this for a bit. YouTube content, we're trying color blue.
I don't really have my chest.
It's all right. After this, we'll fix it, and then we'll upload the rest of the games to YouTube.
Yes, sir.
You're posting this on YouTube no matter what? All right, Lucy.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, he's the editor.
Thank you.
Is it? So we're just missing bandage, right?
Yeah, where would I think? Oh,
School.
You think school would have bandages still?
Okay, hear me out, right? You can go to school, you can get bandage, and then you can delay building your chest piece by one more zone, go to hotel, and you can actually just do EODs. I know that you normally would be creating covert, but we've missed, and we can actually make a slightly better situation out of it because of that.
I guess you're kind of right, huh? I can get scrap from hotel, and then...
I guess, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, factory was the better decision. Factory has everything we wanted.
I usually, yeah. So, like, the way I play the game... Hello? I'm just gonna make this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's, like... We were talking about the idea of, like, just hedging for a slightly better item, but you need to get this online, you know?
Let's see. So usually I'll come to school in archery for lighters and oil and bread. I play a little bit kind of like a Shukai type of mentality.
You want to get your stuff online, you feel like you don't scale, or you're not very strong by this point, so you want to just look to scale into the game?
Kinda. It's like I make a bunch of combo meals. Get really tanky.
Okay.
People just try and bug me.
Odd note. Morningstar.
Okay.
How do you feel about it?
Morningstar. That's the. You know what's so funny? I like completely did not know what you were talking about until I had to think about it. I like never. Okay, wait. If I find it on a body, I think I pick it up.
Okay, but there's a meteorite right there. So my question is, do you think it's an upgrade or not?
I'd rather
Have you ever tested?
Core. I make force cores meteorites
Completely fair.
for either Hermes or auto arms.
I definitely think we could work on better food, by the way. There's a lot of options in this route, and you have the space for it if we manage correctly.
Okay.
So that's something we can talk about after, especially considering you had hospital start. So it's like that bread that's sitting in your inventory could have been Zen Vitality right now.
Buddy. Pink, 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 pink. There you go. That's a lot of bread.
Cabana over covert? I know you want to do...
It's the cooldown reduction, that's the thing.
I know.
It feels so good.
I understand. I really do.
Oh, but wait, I do tend to take this cover.
Yeah, Gojan's really good here.
Yeah. Are these wolves up? I highly doubt it, but yeah, they're not up. Oh, I guess I can check, huh? Oh, more bread.
You like bread.
See, I literally go.
What are you gonna do with all this bread? Burgers? Oh, well, I guess 11 combo meal.
Yeah, that's why I kind of, my food seems a little shitty, and then it like...
The 11 combo meal is pretty good. If you can get to the point where you're able to like get it online well enough, I think it's fine.
Right.
We're a little delayed though, but you lost Ali.
I did. It's annoying.
So it's not completely your fault. He's got your oil, so that'll be good. We can go to temple.
Yeah, just move over there.
Or pond? I don't see a reason to go to pond though.
What's in here?
I mean, actually, we're... Oh, wait. That hit, right?
I'm still here. Oh, I didn't wait. Ah! I didn't wait for the bubble. The jump might have killed it too.
It was good. All right. So, what's your video settings at on this game? Are you on full screen or borderless?
Full screen. Should I do borderless?
Yes, please.
Okay, got you.
And then let's go to a practice game real fast just to test.
Yeah.
Because it looks fine here, but I want to make sure you can just hit quick start. Okay. So a few comments about that are mostly just like, knowing that you're going to do the 11 combo, I actually never do it, so it's like, I don't want to say that you shouldn't, and you should do Zen Vitality instead, because I think the 11 combo meal is really good. It's really strong healing. The only reason I like doing Zen Vitality is because, oh, it's so much better.
It is? Okay, cool.
It's so much better.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
Full screen.
It's okay. Okay, we can back out now.
Okay.
Oh, wait, before we do,
Ooh.
click on get items.
What's this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at Morningstar for me. Are you sure?
Hold on, let me read this.
So it's basically we're getting 12% more skill amp and then a little more AP, but we're losing the CDR. So it's like, how valuable is the CDR to you in this build?
So hold on, let me just...
For context, I've never made it as an upgrade, but the idea here is I want to make sure that we're actually thinking about our items, right?
Yeah, I never make it. I usually make gold hammer.
Then that's obviously the best idea.
Yeah.
If we're going to hold out for meteorite to get a force core, definitely understandable, because yeah, I feel like auto arms plus this is probably better than that plus drop near.
So I actually like did a little bit of testing. So actually, I think Weight of the World plus auto arms does a little bit more damage. I think I tested it against a 150 armor unit. The full charge Q into an auto attack, I think does like 30 more damage than the gold hammer and drop near.
But that's with the crit, which you only get every 3 seconds. So,
Right.
but that you're not auto attacking that much, so that it is consistent.
Yeah, so that's kind of why when you brought up the Morning Star, I was like, I'd probably take it because honestly, the auto, I use it sometimes, but most of my burst comes from like
Q.
the RQ and then into the E.
But we lose 12% CDR, which can suck.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but I always do give up Tachyon, or not Tachyon braces. I usually get Hermes boots here. This I'll usually give up for either EOD suit or myth chest because defense equals more damage for 11 because of hammer skill.
The extra damage should be negligible though on that. My reasoning has always been like as a tech piece, right? I'll throw on myth armor if I need the extra skill damage reduction. But if I'm going into someone that's not skill focused, I'll stick on EOD personally.
Oh yeah, true, because they got different what's it called? Damage reduction stats. I usually keep it in my inventory, but the myth chest, the defense on it is just so like awesome for this skill in particular.
Oh yeah. It's very rare where myth chest doesn't go on because we're in a caster heavy meta. It's normally great to have.
Yeah.
And the only
go ahead.
I was gonna say the only other option that I've ever considered that I'm not 100% sure on, I love VF Blood Mask, and I'll sometimes slam it, even if it may not be the best idea, but I feel like it synergizes well with Weight of the World's crit. The movement speed helps us keep on top of targets that can be really like slippery for us. And then it empowers our auto attack following afterwards as well. And then Myth Quiver, which I don't know about that one.
All right, so I'm not trying to disagree with you.
You totally can. It's okay.
I feel so naked if I don't have crown. I throw away myth helm sometimes because I want to keep crown.
You want the HP that bad?
This is one of the only HP items I'll keep for late game, except maybe Taproots if I get Wick, which I actually can get Wick pretty easily. It's an easy steal with RE.
True.
But yeah, like these would like literally be the only two like health items. Because if I want auto arms, that's not health.
Well, that's partially why I keep the OD suit sometimes, because I'm like, I don't want to lose my HP.
But like Crown is so good, like the stats on it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I want.
It
everything
is.
I want. So,
All right.
Yeah, I usually. All right, let's get into a real game. Sorry.
No, it's fine. This kind of banter it's helpful because it's like the more that you think about these concepts and the more that you're prepared for it, the less you have to think about it in game, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I guess like where I really struggle with is I think I told you like you know how you were commenting about the food thing. I'm too like I think narrow-minded because I'm just like combo meal, combo meal, combo meal, combo meal. Instead of like sometimes if I'm real desperate, which this sounds so bad, but if I'm like desperate, I'll be like, oh, fine, I'll just make this mocha bread, whatever, fine, whatever. Like,
if I'm desperate. So yeah, we have, but the big thing is we have very different concepts on how to play the game, even approaching like mid game to late game, right? Also, the thing I was talking about, the routing path, click on catalog real fast.
Okay.
I always in temple take the medium or the middle and exit, and I just loot that entire left side of pond. I don't even touch the right half of pond.
Yeah, so if I spawn here, this is where I will go. So I will go like to these 3 chests, go down to these 2, and then I'll take both of the speed gates through avenue to pond, get this whole left side. Sometimes I'll be missing a bracelet and I'll just jump over to this bridge and it will usually be in these couple cars.
Yeah, I do this every time. Like regardless of spawn, I will always walk in a position to head that way. Yep, I can't see your mouse, but yes. So like if I spawn next to TP, I'll start, or let's say I spawn like near the CCTV, right? But I have left side priority. I will walk up to hit the crates where the bear spawns, walk down, and then make my way towards that exit and loot the crates along that path.
Really?
Because you don't really need much from here. Like you only need the 2 monk's robes. If you hit your 2 monk's robes, you're done. So you don't really need to go through a bunch of boxes normally.
But isn't there a spawn here in pond? Like, or you can't say.
Yes.
Like, there's one right there.
Yeah. No, someone can spawn there, but it's not priority spawn, so they should only ever spawn there if they're like super unlucky, which they'll probably reposition anyways. Or if there's a bunch of people spawning in pond, which never happens. Pond isn't a first zone in NA. Last game was an anomaly.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
And that's part of why I do this, because pawn second can be a nightmare sometimes. And by you looting that side, you're almost always the first one to it. We miss sometimes, right? Normally I'll miss a hammer that I really need, but you, like you said, you can jump the bridge and loot that for a little bit and maybe get it. And I feel like the second hammer is often enough, or should be, at least not the way you're playing it. You're on drop near, so you don't need the sheet metal as much, but you could just do the gemstone. You can do the ruby last, hold on to the hammer and the gemstone. Hopefully you RNG it off of wolves. That's normally how I've done it. Is I get to hospital at wolf spawn every game by doing that, and then if I've missed something, I'll do both sets of wolves, hope to RNG it from that. Normally I'll RNG a motor, thankfully, and be on my boots earlier, so I can have more flexibility in my routing.
Gotcha. This is very interesting.
I'm huge on the idea of tempo for this game. So it's like I will give up optimal like pathing sometimes for the idea of like I can hedge a few seconds out of my zone and then fix this later, because I want to get online and ready as early as I can, because I'm an objective based player. A lot of my concept going toward the mids and late game, I contest alpha, omega, and tree every game. Not first tree.
See, I think
but the
that's
others.
also what I struggle with is objective gameplay. I've always been a very defensive player. Like, just naturally. I'm gonna go up here and then go down.
Yep. That was the DC they were talking about.
DC, there you go.
Oh, we're back. Yep.
Okay, cool.
I would have looted the 3 above you, by the way. Before...
Those ones too?
I would have... Well, no. You don't have to right now. I'm saying when we had the movement speed, I would have ran up and done those 3 and then wrapped in and then come down.
Got it. I didn't get any monk's robes.
Oof.
Okay, I can do this.
I wouldn't leave. Oh, you're a braver person than I.
I can make it work, I promise.
I believe.
Hey,
What the fuck?
They're stealing my build. They're stealing my build.
I used to say the same thing all the time.
They're stealing my build.
What the fuck? Yo, ban that guy.
But what was I about to say? No, so I'm very defensive. I don't know if you play Smash at all, but I play like a very footsie defensive Rosalina.
I'm an aggressive in-your-face Yoshi and Wolf player.
Oh, okay, here we go. Yo,
but I'm back and forth. I adapt based on the situation. Kind of the same way for this game, where it's like, I play no game the same way, right? Every game is different for me. Because in my mindset, it's like you should be adapting regardless of the situation. And being too rigid with your playstyle can hurt that quite a bit. So in this situation, choosing to leave the monk's robes is probably like an okay call. We should probably TP in rather than walking in.
That's what I was about to do, yeah.
Okay, good.
Hopefully I get like a pretty different spawn.
Yeah, that's the hope.
I was about to say, so no, like my play for, are you serious? My play for 11 has always been, well, I have a really good ability to just escape any situation I want.
Right.
So with the whole like stacking tons of bread thing, I can kind of get away with it, and it does form a little bit of a rat play style, but basically I just go around the map, get all my bread, oils and lighters, and go get potatoes.
We need to be going back the other way, not to the left here.
Oh, I was gonna go to TP.
I guess. My concept was like we walk down because it's more than down and to the right because it's not looted, or shouldn't be if the other player is looted correctly, and then we can just walk into hospital because we're that close. But this works too.
Say I saw someone spawn.
As long as you hit, that's all. And yeah, no, they probably spawn there, but they should walk inwards. They shouldn't walk down and to the right because they want to move toward the TP as well. But as long as you hit, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? That's the big thing.
Now I just have to rage that there's some bandages here.
Pick up that milk. You need stamina, so you can just pick up the milk or ice and drink them.
Facts. I need to do that more. Thank you.
You do it kind of the same way I do.
What?
The way you do the wolves. No, I do them very differently for a specific reason. I will auto the first wolf twice, hit them with a powered Q, and then auto the last wolf once, and that should kill. And the reasoning is it sets my passive up to proc on the next auto, so if I take a fight, I have it immediately.
I never thought about it like that. Okay. I usually just like, this is gonna one hit them.
I'm really paranoid about not having my passive online for a fight, because it's like it can help with your burst so much more. You won't have to like waste ultimate, you can just like get Q immediately. And yep.
Bonk.
Hit them? Oh. I would have commit.
You know what? I can...
What are their items, by the way? Did we check?
Their items? Yeah, I pictured it was the... what is it called? The ENAD vertical build.
As long as you checked, that's the important thing. We don't want to just assume, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, but I just assumed, which probably shouldn't do that, but yeah. See, that's what I mean, though, like... I guess I could be considered a top player.
Take the alcohol and then go back to the top right box. Top right box, right next to you. Sorry, to the left, to the left. In that corner there, in the doctor's room.
Oh.
Yeah. Right above it.
Right above it?
Yes, this one. There's needle in there.
Oh, for Zen Vitality?
You have an extra inventory slot. This is a free 800 heal. Well, why not make it? That's my reasoning.
I guess that's true. I was gonna go to Uptown. I thought you were telling me to make mocha bread. I'm gonna go this way.
No, this is fine, right? In my opinion, like we could just get this because it was like they're both there. It takes no time at all, so you should ideally just pick it up and you're good. But we don't have a lot of time.
That's just me being narrow-minded again.
Well, I mean, you'll get kind of out of that the more you play. It's not a super big deal.
Nice.
And I did want to also keep you open to still doing the burgers if you wanted to.
Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay, let's leave.
Really has something personal against mocha bread? Yeah, you sound offended every time you have to make it.
No. I love mocha bread, not on 11, because I feel like I'm wasting my bread. My bread is so precious.
Okay. Only 2 seconds down.
But like I said, that could just be a, what is it called? A bad habit of mine. Do you ever open green chests?
No, they're worthless. Last patch, there was a chance for it to have disinfectant, so that was fine, but that's gone.
So I'm gonna go down a
You can open blue chests.
Yeah, I love blue chests. That means they can give me mocha bread and I'll be happy.
Subject has been terminated.
Ooh, thank you.
So we're going to factory for alpha, right?
I was going to factory for lighters and alpha.
All right, let's start moving to alpha.
Yeah. I was trying to hit these along the way.
Nah, straight to alpha. Someone's there.
Oh, you think? Okay.
Someone's already there. We already saw pings. We don't want to give this up for free.
Right, okay. Hello?
If you don't feel like you can kill them, by all means, step out, but...
Oh, I tried to step back. Alright, I'm chilling.
You might be dead. Nah, you're out. But we took the contest, that's the important thing, right?
Yeah. I keep forgetting that, like, last hitting doesn't really matter.
Nope, not at all.
I'll take Chapel. Chapel TP, just in case.
Where are we headed?
To Temple.
Are you...
For potatoes.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Let's go to Forest instead.
Ooh, okay.
There's a tree of life spawning. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You have food? The 11 combo meal can wait. This tree of life, you only have like a few moments to get.
Who's this? Hello?
The other 11.
Where was that? I heard that.
I heard it too.
Bonk. I think one of the reasons why I tend to ignore objectives is because like I can never contesting them is so hard for me. Like for 11.
Yes, but now I'm gonna throw something back to you that you said earlier, right?
Okay.
You can get out for free, can't you? So where's the risk?
There's no risk. It's time. It's like time that I could be making combo meals with.
But you can do that later. You can't do this later.
That's true.
So like now you can go do your combo meals because you've already got the tree. You don't have to work on the upgrade immediately, but you can. But like if you weren't here when you're making your combo meals, someone else takes it.
Right. Okay.
Food, when you have food like this, should never be the main priority. There should always be something else you're working on, and you can do that. You can do the food while you're doing other stuff. In duos and squads, that's slightly different because the 11 combo meal gives extra sustain to your team.
Right.
But in this, right, we would rather, you know, try to get our objectives, try to hit our transitions and our upgrades. What are you gonna do with this is my question. You want to do an auto arms, right?
Yes.
But there's no meteorite available, so I'm gonna ask you a simple question, yes or no. Do you feel like the blazing dress might be better than covert agent?
Oh, it's definitely better than covert agent. I don't know if I like it better than myth chest though.
That's fair, but we don't have a mithril, and we can't guarantee a mithril.
Okay.
So if we made blazing chest, right? So let's say we commit to blazing chest now. You don't have to. We're kind of talking through this. If you commit to blazing chest now, would you be okay doing myth arm later in lieu of auto arms? Right? Very similar stat lines, slightly worse off. But
I've definitely made. Ooh, I hear somebody. Hello.
great.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Scotty, huh?
It's best in slot on Fiora right now.
Huh?
Yeah. Yep, actually, wholeheartedly, 100%.
You're lying to me.
Nope. Every auto attack procs flat in.
Huh? Wait, what?
Her ultimate is spell damage.
Wait a minute.
You didn't know this?
I don't play that character. I don't play that.
Even Spy builds Scotty every round.
Spy? I +1 spy every time I see it. No, don't tell him that.
Large at the side of Svoj. Oof. Sorry, DDoS. Alright, so you need cloth here.
I need cloth. I should have got scissors, damn it.
You have a one of oil that you can drop. Also, Jackie's possibly gonna come to you. Okay. Eating. Wow, he's free. Wow, he's free. Meteorite?
Ooh, I already made this, but I'll take it. I'm gonna just drink this.
Yep, and you can take that. So drop the one of heated oil you're holding on to.
Ooh,
Oh.
whoa,
Yeah, fries.
Whoa.
Hey, it's everything you want. There you go.
Coming into my game. Oh, he has EOD suit. I got that. She went the build that I came up with on my own.
Hey, wait a second. That build looks suspiciously familiar. Funny enough, on my in my build plans, I even have that build on her named Magnus build.
Really?
Yep.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was, at the time, I was just trying to play Magnus.
We need cloth, by the way, so you should be searching for that.
What's what to say?
You were playing Magnus? Or wanting to?
Because I love hammer characters for some reason, except Sua. I just couldn't vibe with Sua, I'm sorry.
Now we go into school?
Oh, I can go to school, yep.
Yep. And then... Sua's not a hammer character, she's a mage.
We'll see.
I mean... It's okay to back out of that idea, but...
This is the
we can at least build it, right? We don't have to wear it, but we can at least build it because we've already committed to making this.
Right. I mean, would you think that it's matchup dependent for this? I feel like it doesn't matter.
No, I feel like right now we wear the blazing dress because we don't need more health. We're 2.5k with good defense.
There's a purple chest over here. Sometimes these are the hookups.
Omega's spawning, right? Where at?
It is spawning and it is dead.
Okay, hit tab.
Oh.
Okay, Wick spawned. We should have been there for Wick spawn.
Not me being narrow-minded again.
It's going into forest. Just walk straight to forest, and we'll be fine.
You're probably just like, how is this guy a top player? I'm not.
It's okay.
I just do things.
I mean, it happens, right?
Does it though?
Absolutely, it's happening right now.
I wonder.
So the Fiora's not going to let us take it, but we can at least stick near the wick, right? Because we don't want someone else to get it. And then maybe if we're lucky... Alright, that looks like Sisela. Pretty sure Sisela is taking it right now. Nope, it's a Hyunwoo.
Oh. That's mine.
Take the first aids. Yeah, that too.
Okay.
We can probably get rid of this meteorite at this point. We more than likely won't use it. And then, yeah, we just need leather, and then you can go into forest to make taproots.
Oh, hello.
Leather for the leather gods. You have Wick, you can fight him. Yeah, just don't get wall stunned. That's the important thing.
Right.
He's dead.
Bink, bink.
Good shit.
Ooh. Wait, these are totally anti-Fiora items, Loki.
Yeah, put him on.
I don't like to be wasteful.
You can literally just throw everything on, head to forest, make taproots, and I'm pretty sure you win.
Oh. No,
Do you want to stay? Okay, I understand it. Yeah, it's fine if you want to hold on to crown.
Well, like, what do you think? Oh, see, I love a good Kandala.
You have 70% spell amp. I think it's fine. But keep in mind that since you've transitioned to all these items, your game plan has changed. You can no longer take fights the same way you did before, right? You need to be taking your trades more slowly.
Slow, yeah.
We can't all in the same way you used to. Your like style of like W Alt Q definitely still works. But we'd have to like start looking to like reposition afterwards, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't think I need this. I'm waiting for. Well, I was gonna go in the forest, turn on vision.
You don't need to do vision. We're not staying here. It's only a minute left. You need to find your thing. No. You need to be in there. We're looking for taproots item.
You're totally right. I was just gonna wait for them to come in free zone. Or into the safe zone so I could kill them.
I understand, but we want to be doing best practices, right? The Fiora looks free, but let's at least respect them a little bit and go for our upgrade.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh.
There it was, perfect. And then we just need the branch that's right there.
My french fries.
Now we have no attack speed, Smudge.
Yeah.
This is actually why sometimes I will not take off Quiver. It feels so good to have.
Oh, hello.
The only reason I would like to have Mythhelm here is for the movement speed, by the way.
See, yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Because it comes down to the fact of, look, we have 3.2k HP. Do we really need the HP from Crown?
I guess that is true.
Because you have...
It's also just, it's a good deterrent when people see a lot of health.
Yeah, but we are the strongest in the lobby. We don't want to deter people. We want to be taking the fight on others.
Okay.
Now, but before you had Taproots and Kandala, I agreed with you, 100%. Aww. This isn't fun.
Got him. Yep.
I knew this was coming. Smudge. But yeah, so.
See, it's a little bit of a ratty play style, but I don't know. It wins.
I can see what you mean, though.
Yeah.
My problem is you're applying this playstyle in times where I don't think we need to, when it'd be better to play differently, right? Because in that lobby, you would look at this, right? And you can easily tell you're the strongest person in this lobby. There's no one in this lobby who can even, like, beat you out once we get past this screen and see the fucking builds. But it's like, so there's no reason to, like, be afraid of anyone. So your reasoning of saying, like, well, we want to deter people. We don't want to deter people. We actually want people to try and take these fights, right? Because we win it, right? So there's a little conflict of interest there, because if we're deterring people, what we're doing is, by looking like a tanky target, we actually open ourselves up to the more possibilities of getting 2v1 or 3v1, because people will start to gang up on you because you don't do as much damage, so you're not as threatening to them. Right. Whereas, let's say, right, because let's say the Hyunwoo, right?
I get teamed a lot.
Yeah, if you're playing the Hyunwoo, there's kind of a deterrence to say, like, oh, well, I don't want to fight the Hyunwoo because if he's about to die, he can just all in me and then I die next, you know? And if you're like full tank 11, you can't say that, you know? You'll chunk someone, but you're not gonna like wall stun Q ult someone like a Hyunwoo will. And by having a little bit more like offensive pressure, we can actually turn that around. Now in this situation, that doesn't apply. Anyone who fights you dies. But like, let's say we're just base build. The base build doesn't really have that great of damage. Like, it's solid, but you get where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah.
So we do want to seem like a threat a little bit. That's where the Blazing Dress kind of comes in, by the way. The Blazing Dress has good damage, and it can actually help you clean up some of these kills sometimes.
I like Blazing Dress. It just feels kind of niche sometimes. Like, I just like Mithril and EOD are like my top two. I'll build Blazing Dress like some games.
I agree. But, and once we were able to hit those transitions, it's great, but we can't guarantee that. And we had the item available to hit a transition from one of our weakest items. So one thing you should be keeping in concept is this idea of like, where's the power budget in your build coming from? So let's back out and look at the build real fast. Okay. And I'm gonna ask you, what's the worst item in this build?
What's the worst item in this build?
Yep.
Like, what's the item I would like?
What's the item that contributes the least to this build?
Luxmea to me.
Luxmea. Okay. What can we replace that with?
I could replace that.
I don't even mean normal items. RNG items are fine. You can pick from your favorite RNG item from this point.
No, yeah. What's it called? I kind of run this. I ran this for fun because I was kind of like, oh, it's like, you know, amp, cooldown reduction, everything. But sometimes I'll drop this for quiver, mithril quiver, or even sometimes the other quiver if I drop feather boots for something else. Kandala, obviously.
So off note on that, because you've just admitted that sometimes you like quiver more than this. Why don't we just run quiver then?
Because I what's it called? I was playing around with what's it called?
The concept. I understand.
Oh yeah, I was playing around with the concept, but I definitely, you can feel the skill amp and you can feel it.
And the CDR is really nice. The HP reduction, the HP regen does get applied as well because you are wearing 2-3 HP regen items, and you don't notice it, but it does help a little bit. But that question was just like, we have quiver available in this route, and you think it's an upgrade, so we should maybe look at making that. But so looking at this item, we can't use a Tree of Life to upgrade this. Not on its own.
Not on its own, no.
So let's look at the other two. So if I had to say what are the two weakest items in this build, in my opinion, it's Covert Agent and Draupnir. And the reason for this is strictly because the upgrades for those items are so much better than the upgrades for your other two, right? An upgrade to Crown is honestly, in a lot of cases, it's not even like a strictly better upgrade. It's like, well, it's slightly better in certain scenarios, right? So that's that's probably the strongest item in your inventory. So this is the item that like you don't ever really consider replacing unless you have nothing else to replace with. Boots are a minor upgrade. It doesn't really do much. But if we replace Draupnir with something like auto arms, like, it's a huge upgrade. Chest piece though is kind of that same thing where it's like Covert Agent to Blazing Dress is a huge jump in my opinion. So we go for like an immediate power upgrade at that point that puts us a little bit better in the game, you know, so we can maybe take another fight or two so we can contest the next item to replace something else. And then if we eventually find something better than Blazing Dress, that's fine, because we bridge that like mid-game gap to that point. So don't be afraid to make upgrades that you're gonna eventually throw away.
So like upgrade the upgrades. Okay.
A good example is Bernice. There was a period where Bernice would build Myth Helm just to get rid of it later for VF Blood Mask, because Bernice can't afford to do Myth Armor in the mid game. because he can't give up the damage and lifesteal that his butler suit gave. But once he got VF Blood Mask, then he'd want to make myth armor, so he would need to try and go for 2 myth rolls, and the first one is almost always going to a headpiece that he's going to toss, because it makes that mid game so much better for you. And same kind of concept for this one. For the rest of your items, like if let's say you go back to the EOD suit build for whatever reason, you should use the same concept for this, where it's like, you know, what item can I maybe get an upgrade for, and then like maybe I'll toss it eventually. So like you could say, oh, I got a meteorite, and let's say I know I won't be able to get a second tree. Let's say it's past second tree, right? You didn't get the tree, but you got a straight meteorite. You're still sitting on drop near. You could maybe do cube watch, right? Just as an idea.
Feels pretty good, yeah.
It's 50% attack speed, it's 10% CDR. You'd still book it for a for auto arms, but it's better than drop near in most cases.
Right.
Maybe not always, but we're talking theoretically, like if it was.
Right. So like let's go back to this build real quick. So this is the build that I run in ranked, I want to say like 60% of the time. I usually do this build if I'm trying to have fun, you know. But yeah, 60-70% of the time I'll like run this build. Would you consider Blazing Dress over EOD, in your opinion?
Yeah, right now I would. I think Blazing Dress is really strong at the moment. Now, it depends on when you get it and what the context of the situation is. Because let's say I get a Tree of Life off of Alpha. No, I'm not going to make Blazing Dress at the moment, because there's a meteorite about to spawn, so I can try to contest for the meteorite first, because I'd rather have the auto arms. But let's say I get it off of second Tree of Life spawn, yes, because this third meteorite spawn is going to be much later, and I can't guarantee I'll even be able to grab it. It might be in like 3 red zones deep, right? So it's better to get that upgrade then. But so it's like, if it was just given to me for free, absolutely, yeah. Blazing Dress does a lot of damage at the moment. It's like 100 damage a second.
See, I really only consider Blazing Dress after I've made either a lot of food or combo meals, or if it's like late into the game, because my health mastery is like level 17 sometimes at like 8 minutes. If I'm on really good games, like it can get real high.
I want to try a different concept with this next game we play.
Okay. Same character, or
you can play whatever you want, but I'm basically going to hard rail you into focusing objectives.
Okay.
So that means that you need to be done with your build and ready by the time Alpha is about to spawn. You can do that on your ranked build, right? You can do that on my build. It works fine.
Yeah, I can do that. What's it called? Could I actually try it with? So I'm trying to, for my like quote unquote second character. I'm trying to either learn Yan or Nikki. I love the glove characters, except Dylin. Dylin just does not work for me. But yeah, Yan and Nikki are kind of.
I would personally recommend Yan over Nikki. Okay. Oh my god! Wait, go back to that Yan build. That right there, the Wii maxing passive first.
That's Nikki.
That's my. Oh, that's on Nikki. That's my Yan build that I'm playing right now.
Oh my god, am I just stealing from you? Wait, I swear to you, I got it right here. This is where I got it from. It's in Korean. I promise. I'm not stealing.
This is the Take Yan build I was playing the other day.
Wait. Well, I never called it my build.
That's fair. No.
I never called it mine. I don't play this game.
Oh, I accidentally swapped over to something else. There we go. Hold on. I'll show you my screen real fast.
Oh, you're talking about this build? Yes.
The EOD one?
So when I saw a YouTube video of this, and I knew it was you at the time, and I was like, could this work on Nikki? I tried it once and it was, so. Yeah,
it works on Yan.
So please ignore that. Just ignore that.
I thought we were hovering Yan, because I was like, Monka W, why is that there?
No, hold on, wait. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
If you this build right here on Nikki is goated. I promise you.
Which one is it? Say me the name.
We still maxing passive first.
I can't get behind it. I don't feel like there's a reason to play a Nikki as auto attack. Just play Leon.
Wait, but okay.
Okay, hear me out. Do you really feel like let's say you could play that build on Nikki, or you could play that on Leon? Do you ever feel like there's a situation where Nikki does better than Leon?
Let me tell you something. I think Leon is better than Nikki in a lot of ways. Right?
Yeah, Nikki's low tier to me, but not because she's weak, for different reasons.
Right.
I consider,
whenever I play Amp Nikki, I always struggle in the late game because late game for some reason I just feel weak all of the time. The only time I feel strong as Nikki is if I pop off, get like 5 kills, and then I get wick somehow.
You want to know my reasoning behind why that is?
Huh.
Nikki's the kind of character where you can make 7 correct decisions in a fight, and the moment you make a single mistake, you die. If you fuck up a single W, you're dead against most of the casts. So it's like, you have to play perfectly to make Nikki work. Nikki's not weak, but if you make a single mistake during a fight, you just lose. And I kind of think that's the problem with her right now, you know? I don't know how they can fix that, but like, the W is so important, and people are kind of playing around it all the time, you know?
So yeah, with the last build, the Brazil Gauntlet build,
you can kind of get around that, I guess.
Yeah, so what I'll do is like, so it started off as a meme because, you know, Nikki passive, like, oh, max it first, you know, that's a meme. But like, I did it in a game and I would just like, bop, 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 and they would go down and I'd be like, wait a minute, this is kind of goated. Like,
I think you just want to play Leon, honestly. But yeah, we can pull up Yan.
Okay, here we go. What's it called? Did I ever... Yeah, okay.
You put the build on Nikki and never tried it on Yan. Disgusting. Priorities.
No, I think I deleted it because I was just so bad at it. But like I said, I'm still learning like those two. Well, I mean, I know how to play them kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
So what build would you like recommend for like?
Probably the crit one on Yan.
The crit one, this one, this good?
Yeah, or the one above it at the very top. But the crit one gives you better objective contests because your early game is stronger, but you're pivoting off of every last item in that build. Whereas on the one at the very top, you only need to pivot 2 or 3.
Okay.
So that's the difference, right? The crit one was made by Ratjan and some of the other Jan mains. I call them Jan. People can get over it. Because they wanted to be able to contest alpha better, right? So that you can get your Myth Glove transition.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in your opinion, Myth Glove or Fire Glove?
It's Myth Glove every time.
Yeah.
Most of Yan's damage comes from his abilities. By going to... Huh?
Fire Glove too. I said they just nerfed it too.
Yeah, but if we're going to Fire Glove, you lose so much AP that, like, your abilities are hitting like wet noodles, and, like, why the fuck are we even casting them?
Right, yeah.
You're a Hyunwoo with no mobility at that point. Myth Glove is honestly on almost every character strictly better. The only one who uses Fire Glove better at this point is Hyunwoo, and it's marginally. It's not even strictly better.
Okay.
And then some keynotes on Yan. You know the combos, right? Or at least the basic ones.
I do know that, like, you know, the whole, like, what's it called? Bringing up your ultimate to kick them into the wall once you're about, like, at, like, I've seen, like, 3 stacks, 4 stacks.
You can get, so the full combo guarantees it.
Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Build CDR on Nikki so you can spam W every 4 seconds. Absolutely. Yeah, that does kind of help. I still think they just want to play Leon. Yo, my cat's tweaking.
All right, hello. Ooh, jeez.
So.
Sorry about that. My
No,
mom
it's
was
all good.
asking me a question.
Oh, he stopped.
Let me requeue. All right, go on. Sorry for interrupting.
So the full combo guarantees that that ult setup that you're talking about. So it's Q auto, Q2 auto, ult W. You do the ult W very fast, obviously, so that you hit them with the W as they're still knocked up. And that's from 0 stacks. If you have 5 stacks, you can do Q auto E, Q auto E auto D. Because your Q2 resets your E. So you can get 2 E's, and every time you E, you get an empowered auto attack, and you heal. So that's what you would do if you have multiple stacks. That way you can get better sustain out of the fight.
Okay. See, you tell me that, and I process what you're telling me, but for some reason in game, that just like goes out the window. With this character in particular, like, yeah, it's a lot for me for some reason.
Yeah, you'll get it over time. Don't worry. Just keep in mind that when you empower Q, use your E because there's no reason not to. It's gonna. Part of that empowered ability is to reset your E.
So you're talking about like Q when I'm at like 5 stacks.
When you're at 5 stacks and you use Q, use E because your Q2 will reset E's cooldown back to 0.
Oh, okay.
When you empower Q1, it also empowers Q2. They're not separate. They are. If you don't empower Q1, weird. You cannot empower Q2.
That's weird. Okay. I got it.
This is what I mean by the character has like insane mechanical depth because it's like, when do you empower abilities? What abilities do you empower?
It just doesn't like seem like it sometimes.
Yeah, no, he has a very simple skill floor, which I think was well done on Ninen's part, making it so that you can just play the character. But he can honestly get out of hand sometimes.
Got it. Okay.
Rather play against Nikki, where if I hit into my parry, my character head booms, but if I don't hit into her, she W booms instead. I would say if Nikki lands 2 parries, she should win any fight. But to make that happen, they would have to reduce the cooldown reduction on her W.
Yeah. The character's a lot. Also, I don't know if I said it at any point during this, but thank you, by the way. Just overall, just thank you.
I appreciate it. This gives me good experience as well.
This is definitely new for me. I've never been like, quote unquote, coached. I guess in high school I was on like swim team, but
we'll have takeaways and things for you to work on at the end, like an actual more formal bit.
Okay.
Because the thing is, since you're already like to an acceptable point with Spy, he's found his niche, exactly where he wants to work, and a way to make it work. So with Spy, all I need to do is help point out like, hey, you're making these risky decisions that don't have to be made. We can pull back there a little bit. With you, I'm more so wanting to see if we can maybe help you diversify your playstyle a little bit. Because I think that there are situations that you could take advantage of that some games you're probably not, based on what I've seen. Like games where you maybe catch a lead and you probably should be pressing that lead in a lobby, but you're not because you're focusing too much on like working on food, or you're focusing too much on farming for animals that you shouldn't.
Okay.
Like if you get 2 kills in a lobby, you get an RNG transition off of that early, you should win the game off of that half the time.
Okay.
And I feel like you more often than not will throw away those kind of leads with how you play, but you also give yourself a better shot in the games where you don't get a really good early game by doing that. You allow yourself to make that up in the mid game. So it's not a strict flaw. There's a lot of situations where how you play is going to be the correct decisions. I just want to make sure that we understand the games where like it's better to be more aggressive.
Scrap off on that later.
Everyone likes a nice smooth rock. Come on, we're getting better. I'm not really digging the atmosphere here.
I like the conscious decision to hold the extra stone.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I like the conscious decision to hold the extra stone.
Yeah, I only made it for killer heals, really. Oh, hello. Oh, I just want this.
Yeah, we need to consolidate this inventory a little bit. Okay, good shit. Was there garlic? There might have been.
Oh wait, was that garlic? I totally missed that.
It's fine. Our inventory's full, so we can't really use it anyways.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
You need to find one more thing.
This for my first creation.
Oh, it's telling me to max passive.
Yeah, you max passive on this.
I do? Okay.
Yeah, it gives you cooldown reduction on your abilities.
Actually, I should keep that one.
You can toss it for now. Trust, we need inventory space
really?
because you need to make boiled ice badly.
Yeah.
Pick it up. There we go. Perfect.
Oh no, don't take it, please. Thank you.
If he takes it, you run him down.
Ooh.
We're getting better.
You don't need your iron ore. Perfect.
Oh.
Check the other wolf after this.
Subject has been terminated.
Was this for my first
Okay, Sash. If we were a little bit faster, we would have ideally been there to contest tree, but we can't, so not a big deal. It's not necessary. It's an ideal situation kind of thing.
Yeah, I've never really ran this crit build. I ran the Enad one usually.
The crit build can't contest the tree as consistently as the Enad one, but from what I've seen, if you get perfect RNG, you can be done just barely in time to be there for it. But then you have to get a good TP in, or fucking find everything in like the first few boxes.
Honestly, not bad.
It's very unlikely. Okay, so we're done with this.
Range here. Oh, just like pond, I guess.
Yeah, you could go to pond. Yeah, going to pond to fight bears is actually the correct decision here.
I don't think it tells me where alpha is until a minute.
You can actually hit tab and it should tell you at the bottom.
Wait, really?
Alley. Alpha's the only one that does this. Every other one is a minute before.
Oh, that's weird.
Needed oil.
Hello? Good.
Perfect.
Oh, I'll just start heading to
Use some new
Alley then. Oh,
You should have ulted earlier, and in that kind of situation, where, okay, the auto, okay, there was a lot there that you greeted on.
no, don't blame me.
I'm not gonna
I'm
flame,
just kidding.
but
You're good. Go ahead, go ahead.
you should have queued before autoing there, because it's like you want to get the slow on him, right? So it's like, I know it feels optimal to do like auto queue auto, but you don't need optimal. He's basically dead. You just have to land the ability.
Right. Okay.
The ultimate, when you're at 4 stacks, that's when you ult, because casting your ultimate gives you a stack. So you didn't have to go for that last auto that you did, which is what I assumed you were holding it for. And if they're going to like obviously walk out of it, what you can do is just let him walk into them. I'll let you do this.
See, he
Yeah,
knows.
he has ult, so you're dead.
See, he's a Yon player. I don't.
A subject has been terminated.
But yeah, you can let them walk into the ropes and then E past them and W them back into the ring yourself.
Okay. I gotta
Because
stop.
it's such a huge slow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
let's
That
give it
was- that
another
was-
go.
That was a warm up. That was a warm up.
Please tell him to eat bread at Doc. I'll stream. Yeah, toss your bread next time.
Okay, got it.
You're doing ramen, right? We don't need bread.
Yeah.
You can either do ramen or mocha bread, one of the two. But it's highly ideal that you do ramen, because mocha bread's not till hospital. And then the next one will be our last go.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be our last game. So it's
Okay.
like, if this one goes bad, you're getting cut off. Smile.
No. No, thank you though. Thank you. That's okay. I don't mind being flamed for terrible play. When it is terrible.
It just, you're improving. You don't play Yen. I don't expect you to like know the correct decision. I also play the Yen differently than a lot of other people. I often stray out from using the combo because I feel like I don't need it half the time. So it's like, even I'm not a Yen main.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a Leon main. I just auto attack people.
Leon also is like one of those characters that just doesn't work in my hands for some reason. Like I play what is it called? Like Bruiser Leon, like Butler Suit Leon. I'm not a big Amp fan.
Leon doesn't play amp anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he got reworked recently so that his passive is true damage now. So I actually build almost the same thing that Yen builds, where I'm doing Divine Fist Crusaders with attack speed, and then Sheath of Shah Jahan. So I also play him.
Try Leon?
Absolutely.
All right, let's try him. I've played him before.
Do that very top one on top rated save plans.
Okay.
Trust. Also,
This one.
do you know how to put W on self cast?
Isn't it? It's Control W or Alt W or something?
You can do that, but what you can
Yeah.
do is you can go into the control menu. Not until we're in game, but you can go into the control menu and set it as self cast, and I promise you, it's going to make your life so much easier.
Like the moment I just press W, it just self-casts?
Yep.
Oh wow, okay. Didn't know that. Now, wait a minute.
And to make the routing on this easier for you, you're going to pick up 1 alcohol, 2 lighters, boil both of your water.
Okay.
Then you take Q first and then E, and then you can jump the wall into the left side of cemetery so that you can get to those 4 containers.
Okay.
Wrong character?
I'm trying to picture everything in my head.
It's not a big deal. I'm probably telling you things that you shouldn't worry about because you've never played the route before. But I have faith
but
as a top player that you can do it.
Yeah, I can kind of adapt a little bit.
Why can't W be auto self-cast in solos? Because Nimble Neuron doesn't think about things.
They don't though.
It's so clunky. How is Yen not my character? He's cool. I like Yen a lot. Leon's just simpler.
Radar activated.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Did you just say you hit that E?
No, I said hey, buddy.
Oh, let's not loot. Okay, never mind. He
Yeah.
went over.
I'm going out. Oof.
He shouldn't have went that way, and it kind of fucked us. Okay, boil your waters.
Yep.
Yep, no. We should be good from here. If we loot these, we should hit that last scrap metal. Perfect.
Okay.
And then we just Q over this and E into it.
Yep.
You can eat that, yeah.
Yo,
You're
eat
also
bread,
holding on
probably.
to a whip. No, we are actually making mocha
Oh,
bread.
I am? Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
mocha bread? Oops.
It's okay, you can do ramen in alley. Pick up the ice.
Ooh.
Okay. Because you'll need stamina for this. Yeah, so you'll just drop this. You can drop the alcohol too, since you can't use it anymore. And then you'll just do ramen in alley.
Okay, I can do that.
I understand you're a mocha bread hater.
I'm not a mocha bread header, I promise. I build it on Kiara all the time.
Anyone but smile.
I build it on Kiara all the time.
Main issue with Leon is the W just being stupid, but now I actually want to play him. Yeah, the self-cast change will save your fucking life. But you have to remember to take it off when you go to play other characters because you won't be able to cast your W. So like on 11, self-cast doesn't work on 11 for some reason. It just says cannot cast the ability.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's miserable.
Someone's over there.
And this is why we do... You can loot left side. You shouldn't have to leave because you want to do the wolves right below
I
you.
did see somebody over here though.
It's fine
So I
because
just
you
figured
only
they were
need the
looting it.
shoes. You only need... Yeah, the shoes are the only thing you need from here. Boom, there you go. Everything else you'll get in your next zone, which is pond. Except scissors, but if you miss scissors, you can get them in hospital where we go after pond.
Okay.
This is a very forgiving zone.
Okay.
I'll make a gold medal next.
Loot the crates in here to find garlic
Yeah,
before
find
we
garlic.
leave. And then if you can find honey too, so we have a little bit better stamina going into the late game. Or mid game. Perfect.
A subject
This timing's actually not too bad because
A subject
you really, once you get the pond, you're fine. You can check the car for a last resort.
Sorry.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Pond?
Yep.
Can you tell me where to find that, by the way? Is it game?
Input.
Input?
Scroll down. Enter skills.
Skills.
Scroll down. Self-cast skill 2.
a subject has been terminated.
W?
Yep.
Just W. Save. Okay.
And then you'll try it on the bears up here.
Oh, that feels nice. Okay.
It's so much better.
Okay, okay.
Consecutively
You
eliminate
learn something new every day.
Okay, and then we'll want to kill the bears, and then you go to fight Alpha. Because once you hit these items, like, you're full build.
Okay.
We just need to fucking hit them. Welcome home, babe. Ribbon. Okay, so that's accessory. Yep.
That's a lot of damage, Jesus.
Yeah, no, Leon has a lot of damage just built into his kit thanks to his passive. Because it's
Yeah.
a bonus on hit true damage, so. Alright, perfect. So we're only going to be missing the ruby for the arm piece. There's one crate below you you can loot still.
Oh,
It's probably not in there though.
My friends would be surprised if I made this.
Yeah, so we can just hit
hope,
this.
Hopium?
It's fine. We'll get it off wolves and factory smile.
Yeah.
Hit W and see how close you are to weapon skill.
Oh,
Or sorry, V.
V.
We're not close. Yeah, so we TP out. So normally what I'll do is I'll kill the bears, kill that boar, kill this dog, and then I should be like one more set of animals off from weapon skill, right? So it's like here we can do the wolves. You want to have weapon skill for alpha because then you can just do like auto WD and it's like basically half dead.
Okay.
So it makes it really easy to snipe it so that you don't get contested because you need to hit this transition. Other than Jackie and Leon, can you think of any other characters that would have W as self-cast? Sua.
Yeah, but I feel like the blind is better most of the time, no?
It is, yeah, but it's doable on her.
Yeah. You were right. Oh my god, you're magical.
All right, let's get the free alpha.
I feel like showing this off.
Fuck them. Free alpha.
Let's go.
Then if we had D-scale, it'd be done. Okay. Take the drones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we go to hotel, so we can hit our transition. And see, from having this, we're already so much stronger once we hit our transition, right? To Myth Gloves.
Yeah.
And then we go and we fight for the Tree of Life that's gonna spawn. And then we get the next meteor, and then we get Omega. Ideally. That's the perfect world, right? We hit every
Right.
last objective. And because we've been doing it, no one else gets those, so we should be higher, further ahead than our opponent.
Yeah.
But we play in high ranked lobbies where people hit the 1% VF blood drop every game.
Hey, sometimes that happens to me and I love it.
I had it happen today, felt nice.
A subject has been terminated. Someone consecutively eliminated survivors. 10 survivors remain.
That would be Myth Chest.
I was about to say, Myth Chest.
Because we no longer need the damage from this chest piece. You're using this basically as a... You really need the knockup.
Oh!
Yeah, you're underestimating how important the knockup is for the fight.
Okay.
So-
See, I thought that's like mainly for like chasing purposes, or am I wrong on that?
No, you use it for combo and then to basically like secure a kill. Because it basically, the knockup ensures 2 auto attacks and your ultimate. So you can get knockup auto ult and then you ult them into a wall because the like push range is huge. Actually, hold on. I can just do it on practice mode real fast to show you.
Okay, yeah, I'll look.
Kind of just the implications of it.
Yeah.
Because it's very important. If you don't land the knockup, in a lot of cases you lose. So how Leon gets played, if you're not ready to commit for that level of like engage, you play him as he's a weird melee poke character.
Okay.
So
So kind of like Kiara.
Yeah, kind of.
Face me.
Okay, I'm supposed to max W. Passive, sure, and then I'll just throw on the item. I don't even need the
Not
items.
weak by any
I want attack speed though, because it actually makes it fluid, so that you can see what I mean. Can I find a perfect? This should be more than enough. So the idea
Got a gold medal.
is that. And it's like, even with just these items, 0 defense dummy though, it's almost 2,000 damage, right?
Yeah.
The ultimate does % missing HP damage as well. Not a bunch, but it's like your ultimate is going to give you basically an extra 2 autos worth of damage. So it's like if you don't land the E, you're missing out on a lot of damage. And then let's say you don't want to commit to that, and you want to just like poke an opponent, you'll do like, fuck, I don't have my W set to self cast. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go for something like this.
Take it serious.
And then you back off. Because that's 1,300 damage right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Doubt I
And
could
and you
swing
just
out
play
of
around your
here.
cooldowns, because your W is 10 seconds, your D skill's 12 seconds, and you're chunking people for way more than they can do to you. And you kind of just play around the idea of like getting people as low as possible, you know? And then you eventually go for the kill with
Don't doubt a
QE.
gold medal. Watch for a rip.
because that's true. Like you can once the E lands, the rest of it is true. It's auto R, put him into the wall, auto D skill, and you know that will kill most people.
Yeah.
And the ultimate range to hit a wall
Watch
is
for a rip.
actually huge.
Oh shit.
You don't have to be close.
Okay. I'm learning. This is all new to me. I feel like I kind of like handicap myself by like playing 11 so much, because 11 is a very easy character.
This game also really rewards one tricking though. So like in all honesty, you only need to be able to play 2 characters well. And
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that second character identity, but I'm working on it.
yeah. So like we said, we were gonna go over some takeaways from this. I
Alright.
want you, even if you don't commit to playing this way in the long term, I want you to, in normals at least, you don't have to start going into ranked and doing this until you've got the playstyle down. Focus on objective gameplay. So as we were talking about in that game, right? We're there for alpha. How early do you think you need to be to alpha to guarantee that you're there to contest it?
Like how early I need to be at that zone? Like 30
Yeah.
seconds, I think, right?
I 100% agree. 30 seconds is normally when I want to be there, and I want to be around alpha at 10 seconds. And the reason we say 30 seconds is because if we get fucked and spawn on the other side of the map, we can at least be there in time. It also gives you time to grab console if you're lucky and you got good spawn. Sometimes I'll go there as early as a minute, and if I do that, it's so that I'll clear animals in the area and get a clean sweep of the area to make sure, like, am I alone? Who's here? Who do I have to worry about and position around? And you do that kind of the same for all the other objectives. You know, just same idea. We don't want to be late. We want to be there before to get set up. And you just run that same concept. When you're doing this, you want to have clear, distinct upgrades in mind, right? So you're going to go for alpha to get myth, and then you fight for the second tree of life. If you're going to use that for force core, that's perfectly fine. You just need to know, like, okay, I'm using it for force core. We can go for the meteorite that comes after instead of going for omega. If you're going to use it for a tree of life item like blazing dress, then you fight for omega, but you have to be fast with those, because it's like tree of life spawns, you only have 2 minutes until omega spawns. So you get your tree of life, you go to your zone, you make your transition, you go to omega. There's no downtime. You kill omega, you get your force core upgrade, and then wick is spawning, right? So it's like you have to like already have this planned out and know which ones you're going to do. So normally what I'll do is when I make my best in slot theory ideas, just use one of each resource. Don't be like, yeah, 4 mithrils best in slot. And it's like, okay, cool, but you're not getting it. And just have a plan for them. That way, if let's say I'm playing Leon and I'm like, yeah, I want auto arms, but you can't get that meteorite, I'm already prepared and like, okay, well, I know I'm just gonna go ahead and do my blazing dress backup.
Okay. I think also just one of the things, and maybe this is just an NA thing, there'll be like 5-minute tree fights or
Yep.
like, you know,
There
5-minute
absolutely will be.
mega fights. Like this is
You need There absolutely will be, and you need to be able to assess the situation and know what your win con is for those fights, right? Know, like,
yeah.
do you win it? And if not, is it actually worth it for you? You should just give it up at that point, right? Honestly, if you can wholeheartedly say, like, yeah, the Razi beats me at Omega every time, there's no reason for you to still be there. You should just accept it and leave. Let her get the 4 score. She's probably winning the lobby.
Okay.
But if you win it, then you need to assess the situation and say, like, how do I put myself in a position where I can get this safely? And sometimes it's just leaving the Omega to, like, kill whoever else is there real fast, or at least force them completely out of zone, and then you can take it safely.
I understand.
But you're completely right. We just need to make sure you're not overcommitting for those resources. Because you're right, people will do a 5 fucking minute tree fight. And my question to you is, let's say you fight 5 minutes for first tree, you're still not done with your boots. Are you winning that game? Even if you got the tree of life, you're not winning that game.
Right.
So it's much better to move on. Playing 11, you will more often than not be the one moving on. But there's another aspect to it that I don't think a lot of people think about. It's that if you're playing this objective-based mindset, you're also playing a fight-based mindset. Half the time I'm fighting for objectives, not because I even want it, but because I know other people are going to be there. And I can force a fight and possibly get a kill and push myself further up, right? And that's kind of the other end of it, where, like, we want to make sure we're being aggressive and taking those fights as we can.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. It's a little new for me, but I got it.
And that's why I said, like, just something to work on. That way it gives you a different idea of, like, a different concept of play, because the way you play 11 is not going to work on every character. There are some characters who can't afford to fall behind like that. Yan and Leon being one of those characters, or 2 of them, I guess. If Yan gets behind, his damage starts falling off, he can't keep up, he's not going to be able to kill people, so you can't really do that 11, like, food playstyle.
Yeah.
You know the respawn timers for animals, I'm sure. You know kind of like the best way to route around those. So it's like, when you're doing food, or how, if I told you you weren't allowed to make 11 combo meals, would you be okay? Like, would you?
What do you mean, would I be okay?
Like, going through mid game, like, would you still be fine on food? You know how to make other food well, right?
Oh, of course.
I have to ask.
Only combo meals, nodders. No, I'm kidding. I know how to make tons of food. Tons of food.
As long as we're doing it efficiently.
No, yeah, there have been games, believe it or not, where, like, I get griefed like zone 2, and bread is just not a thing. I have to eat all of it.
Yep.
So I'll usually resort to, in, like, very dire situations, you know, what are they called? Concoctions, oriental concoctions.
Yeah.
Boiled eggs, you know, stuff like that, and then I'll slowly try to transition to fried chicken or you know, stuff like that.
Honestly, yeah, no, wholeheartedly. Just there was a lot of situations where I saw you skip over food that we could have made for free. Like, both pieces are just sitting in a box, and it's like an easy 700 heal, and you have the space. And I felt like that's why I had to ask, because I was like, just in case. It's perfectly okay to skip over them, but I would just want to make sure that you know, in situations where you can't afford to grab them. And I'm sure you do.
What would you have done if I just said, like, no?
I would have been like, okay, you know,
You'd have been
you're
like,
you're at a point where you can make your own decisions like that, you know?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I trust what decisions you make. You've gotten yourself this far. You know what you're doing. You know how to play this game.
Yeah.
I just want to help you be able to play the game in a different way, right, than what you are doing now. Because
it's part of the reason why I picked Jan and Nikki is because I just feel like they're different play styles other than just being a big beef ball and just, you know, soaking up the damage. It's more like, you know, actually doing things and fighting.
So that's pretty much gonna be it. Just make sure over the next day or two, focus on, like, just go into normals and just play for objectives the entire time, right? And then from there, make the decision on how it's best to put that playstyle into your ranked games. Because, like I said before, you're not going to be able to use this style every game on 11 the way that you play her. Because, like you said, there's a lot of matchups we just lose. But but there will be times where you can, and it's good for you to be able to identify it and to be able to use that. And that's the big takeaway for me here. Everything else is kind of just like minor things you can work on here and there. Not really a big deal. Your mechanics are fine. You know which routes you're going to. You know what you're making. Like, you could, let's say we were in KR. I do think that you could hit Titan no problem and hold it.
Really? That's
Absolutely.
So nice of you. Actually, I don't know. I've heard KR is pretty easy.
I actually think KR is free.
But I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Do you have anything for me?
Just a big thank you. This was really new for me. Like, I'm just new to the whole. I've never been quote unquote top level at any game ever. So
You're getting there.
This whole thing is just very new for me. Like, I can, like, the ERCS, bro, I was like shaking that day. I've never competed in anything, so it was just really different, and I appreciate you for helping me with that.
No problem. So that's pretty much gonna be it then. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by, and hope we see you again soon.
All right, have a good one. Bye bye. Thank you.